How you doing, YouTube? This is Shannon Clements, also known as the Nomadic Author. And but as of now, I am currently driving a truck. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is knowing your worth. You know, a lot of these companies will sit there and give you, you know what I'm saying, when you are an IC, you know what I'm saying, or you're a lease owner operator, or maybe even the owner operator. Owner operators get paid more money than a lease operator. You know what I'm saying? You can either go through the choice board as a lease operator. You can go through the choice board, or you can go through that mileage program. I am currently on their mileage program. Why? Because it benefits me, because I get paid for loaded miles, and also I get paid for unloaded miles as well, or as they call it, empty miles. Now, some companies are good for hooking you up. They will hook you up with miles, with trips. They give you anywhere from 1,200 to 1,800, maybe even 2,000 miles. Give you that long haul. You know, it may take you about 3 or 4 days to deliver it. You know, but and I base that on doing, like, even though you say 65, but you gotta take into account all the slowdowns. You might end up on a state highway where you're slowing down to 35 miles per hour. Sometimes you're just waiting at stoplights and all the other good stuff. Or if you stick to the interstate, you might be taking an extra few miles just to get around, as to where the state highway is a more direct route, but it takes you more time going through the state highways than it do through the interstate on most occasions. Now, I'm gonna base it on this, you know, because when you're dealing with this, you only making anywhere from, you know what I'm saying, a little under $1 per mile, you know what I'm saying, and like I said, they give you 1,200 miles to 1,800 miles, you know what I'm saying. That's $1,200 to $1,800 if you round it up, you know. That's like 12 to 1,800 bucks per load. You know what I'm saying? You average for the week, what, 2,500 miles. That's 2,500 bucks. 3,600 miles. I got a 3,600 mile load. Not a load, but I got a 3,600 miles in for a week. That's 3,600 bucks. You know what I'm saying? That's if you round it up to that dollar. Some companies pay you a little bit more than $1. You know, but in this case, you're getting paid like anywhere from 92 to 96 cents per mile. Now we're gonna calculate it up, because some companies will bring it around to you to where they only want to give you something like 300, like this current low. I got it all written down right here. You know, this current low is like 476. 476 miles, loaded miles. Then when you calculate it, you know what I'm saying, then they give you 36 unloaded miles, you know what I'm saying. So when you calculate it up, you know what I'm saying, it comes out to about 514 miles, you know what I'm saying, overall. Now, loaded miles you get paid more for than you do empty miles. And empty miles is something like 80 some odd cents or something like that, but you still just round it up to $1, just to keep it clean and more understandable. Now, you got some companies that like to short haul you to death. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like it's not really worth your time, but when you doing the calculations and everything, let's find out. Because like I said, what they didn't add into was the fact that the closest truck stop to the last stop I just dropped off at was full. So therefore I had to travel out further just to get to a safe spot to actually park for my 10-hour rest break. Now, and that's one of the main problems that I always bring up to. I was just sending them a message too. You know what I'm saying? Because I say I like to drive nights. Some people have problems with driving nights. That's their problem. But I'm gonna tell it to you like this: 65% to 75% of this whole trucking industry drive during the day shift. That's anywhere from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. When you driving a night shift, around 10, 10, the traffic starts thinning out. After midnight, man, you almost got the road to yourself. Only thing you have to deal with is deer. Or occasional extra large possums crossing the road or something. Or a fox. Or even a wolf or a dog. Just down here, down here in Georgia, they got loose dogs running around on the interstate. That's where I'm at right now. I'm in Georgia. Now I just got a load, and I'm not too sure that I want to keep it, but it ain't no telling what they gonna try to bring to me. So I'm gonna calculate this up to see if it's really worth my time. Now, the load, I've been sitting here since 6 o'clock last night. This load don't pick up till 1600. That's how they calculate. That's how they do the time. They run it in military time. 1600, you know what I'm saying? In order to get the right time, you just minus 2. So 1600 is 4 o'clock. 1300 minus 2, that's 1 o'clock. 1200 is afternoon, noon time, 12 o'clock. But this load doesn't pick up till 1600, which is 4 o'clock. Man, I gotta wait here. I've been here since 6 o'clock last night. I was ready. My clock clicked over and was ready to go at 3 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock, excuse me, this morning. I gotta wait till noon to travel 60 miles, because like I said, I had to travel 30 miles away from the last shipper that I was at in order to find a safe place to park. And when I got here, the lot was full. Right now, I see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's at the very least 11 spots open, and it's during the daytime. Last night when I got here, it was only 2, and that was at 6 o'clock. And I was lucky enough to get one of them. Then I had to help a CR England driver park his truck. And he's gone now, while I'm still sitting here. Until at the very least noontime, but I can't pick up till 4 o'clock. You know, it's only gonna take me about an hour to travel from here. Maybe an hour and 15 minutes to travel from here to the other location. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a little bit early because I gotta fuel up if I take this load. Now, I sent them a message over an hour ago complaining about the short mileage that I'm getting out of them. So we're gonna calculate this up. I'm gonna let you see it for yourself. Let you see the math. Now, here in Georgia, they charge $3.38 for diesel here at this Love's. They gave me to travel between that one shipper where I'm picking up the load at, and then taking it to the next shipper wherever it is that I'm going. Remember, I told you, you're not really supposed to tell exactly where your clientele is. It's against company policy in most companies. So that's what people are messing up at. But to travel from here to there, it's 476 miles. Really, it's 505 miles per MapQuest. But they only want to give you what they call actual miles, or in other words, whatever they use to calculate their miles, it only came out to 476 miles. Plus, they gave you 30 miles for the empty load. Now, to calculate this up, this truck does gives you 5 miles per excuse me, not 5 miles, 5 gallons, excuse me, yeah, that was, I had it right the first time, 5 miles per gallon, which is not good. Fuel mileage. These trucks, you know what I'm saying, need to do a little bit better. So they say some trucks get it up to about 7 miles per gallon. But that's bad, you know what I'm saying, because cars, man, you get way better gas mileage in the car. But these diesel trucks, man, you get bad gas mileage. Federal government need to work on working to get these companies to do it. Give us at least 10, maybe give us at least 12 to 15 miles, you know what I'm saying, per gallon. All right, even if it's 10, that's better than 5. That's double the amount. I'm only getting 5 miles per gallon out of this truck. So how I calculate it, I take that 476 miles and I divide it by, you know what I'm saying, that's the 476 trip miles, and divided by the amount of miles per gallon I get, which is 5. So therefore, you got 476 trip miles divided by 5 miles per gallon. And what you come out with is 95.2 gallons of gas. That's how you end up getting how many gallons of gas you need for your travels. That's 95.2 gallons of gas I would have to put into the tank to get me from point A to point B. But wait a minute, it's another 30 to 36 miles to travel from that one shipper that I was just at to the next shipper. So that's a total, so it comes up to about 514 miles for the total trip. So you divide that 514 miles by 5 miles per gallon, and you come up with 102.8 gallons of gas that you need. Now 102.8, and you multiply that by the amount, the cost per gallon of gas here at this gas station, which is $3.38, you come up to $347.46. The math is right here. Get it out the sunlight so you can actually see. You see that? This is where it was just from one shipper to the next shipper. This one is the total amount of miles for the whole entire shipment. Then you got the equal signs, you know what I'm saying, down there, and it tells you exactly what you're doing. And then down here at the bottom, that's where it tells you how much you got to spend just to make this load. Now, when you do the math, as you can see, you can pause it and do the math yourself. Because one thing that they don't do is calculate in risk management. What if you pop a tire? Tires are not cheap, especially not on these trucks. Now, this right here is how much you're making as a profit. That's your profit. This right here, right there, that's your profit. Now the profit off of this load would be $167. Risk management. What if you get into an accident? As a lease operator and owner operator, the company is not paying for any repairs. You're paying for that repair. You're paying for that repair. $167 is not going to fix too much of anything on this truck. It is just barely pay for a tire, a busted tire. With this certain company here that they're trying to send me to, they like to charge late fees if you're late. Them late fees, they tell you flat out, give us a check for $200, $300, maybe $400 as a late fee. $167 is not going to cover that late fee. Period. I don't care what they tell you, that you just lost every profit you had paying a late fee. That's risk management. You know? Then you got maintenance costs. Maintenance costs, like I said, something break down. You just barely pay, with that profit, you just barely paying for a tire. And then you got your cents per mile coming out of that too. Whereas where this company right here likes to make you, at the very least, put 7 cents per mile up. You know what I'm saying? Towards your maintenance fund or whatever. But this is a brand new truck. They say, I mean, literally, I haven't even got the chance to take the plastic off this stuff. The plastic is still on here. You see what I'm saying? This is a brand spanking new truck. But how often have you heard of the companies recalling these trucks? Excuse me, not just trucks, any type of vehicle. Recalling these vehicles because something was wrong with it. Their company will pay for it. But it's the fact that you got to take time out of your day, which is time away from your paycheck, money away from your paycheck, to get that whatever is going wrong fixed. You know? And like I said, I've been here since 6 o'clock last night. And I gotta wait till probably about 2 o'clock to even go pick up, to even head towards the shipper and make the pickup. That's more than 10 hours, you know? So that's basically, I'm just saying, you gotta calculate your worth. If you got a certain profit margin that you're looking to make, $167, man, and it's gonna take you every bit of a day to make the delivery. Then they had you sitting almost a full 24 hours. Come on, man. That just took a whole day's worth of travel away from you. A whole shift. Think on that. What is your worth? I would like, me personally, I would like to be able to do a 1,200 to maybe 1,800 haul. That's gonna cost me maybe $700 to $800 in gas for a 1,200 mile haul, but I at least see about $400 in profit. 1,800 mile load. I might spend a little more than that, maybe 900 to 1,000, but that's $800 profit. $167 barely pays for a tire, man. Come on. And then on top of that, you got bills at home you need to pay. My phone bill alone is a third of that cost. They got me set up to where I'm going to have to do another mile. They got me set up on another trip that's only 363 miles total, and that's empty and loaded miles added on to that. Which I'm going to end up spending another $200 to $300 in gas. Man, come on. It's not fucking worth it. Give me something that's worth my time. That's all I'm saying. That's all any other trucker says. You know? Give us miles that's actually worth our time. Owner operator, I sit there and listen to Be Smooth talking about how people is literally fucking the game up by underbidding all the dang on time. And then there players like him, you gotta sit there and just get underbidded because they're not gonna short bid themselves too much. Otherwise, like he said, he hit in the casino. He said, fuck it. This just be a short day. I hit the casino. I mean, I'm not making that up. That's something that he said himself personally on his YouTube channel. Now this guy sitting here walking back and forth, you know, saying thing. I'm talking to myself. Well, is he trying to hear what I'm saying? What I'm doing in here, this is my business. It's not yours. Oh boy, right there, he done walked by me about 4 times already. Literally 4 times within a 2-minute period. But I'm just saying, if we're gonna do this, let's do it right. Because that $167 is not worth me moving this truck. It's too much into it.